character was traveling with his Shujin, demonic converters were attacking different locations, and so the Melid and his enforces, his Sack, were going out and handling them. And during one of the fights, a demonic converter calls him my lord before the Melid is able to defeat him. And the only person who hears this is his martial sister. And she's questioning and she's thinking about it, and she goes, you know what, it doesn't really matter. The Melid is the Melid. I'm only going to care about my ship between him and the main character. Ever since his Shujin had abandoned him in that continent and the main character had to literally fight himself out of there and get back home, the main character's hairs had been up. He's basically been releasing a dark, horrible aura. He's basically releasing death aura all over the place just to keep himself safe. And once he returns home, and he's literally cloaked in all black, no one can really see him, and this frightens everyone thanks to his aura and thanks to his dark clothes, so they assume he's a demonic converter there to fight them, and they're about to attack. It's only when the Melid gets between them and the main character, and the main character lets go of his aura, reveals himself, and he's all over the Melid. Does everyone calm down? And the Melid's martial sister's like, okay, let's give them time to be with each other. Let them have their reunion, everyone. And she gets them to move on. And the main character is finally settled. He's happy. He's all over the Melid. Shujin crowned him, and this is only supposed to happen when he comes of age. He's not yet come of age, but because his Shujin doesn't think he could be back by in time, he crowns the main character then and there. And when the main character returns back, he's like, well, the Melid says they can have this conversation once more once I'm of age. And he thinks, oh, well, I'm of age now because I've been crowned. And he tries having that conversation with the Melid again. And the Melid is trying his best to refuse the main character, go, no, we cannot do this. But the main character is not letting it go. He makes the Melid tell him why the Melid keeps refusing him. And the Melid's like, well, this is dual convention. We would have to dual convent. And the main character is like, oh my god, I've been shameless in this time. I've been naughty. I've been a bad boy this entire time. Like, he is literally freaking out. And this is when the system shows up once more and is like, do you want help? Do you want a way to get out of this? And the main character's like, yes, help me. And the system turns him into a shameless boy, turns him into exactly like the main character from Grandmaster Demonic Convention, all shameless all over the Melid, acting like a precocious kitten. And the Melid, he's eating it up. He is enjoying it. And then the system shuts off and the main character realizes how he's behaving. And he's like, no, no, I can't act like this. We can't do this. So he's like, oh, the books. And he shows the Melid the books that the headmaster gifted him. And the Melid reads the title, goes, oh no, what has he been teaching you? What has he been letting you read? And is horrified by this. And then he runs away. And the main character looks at the title and remembers, oh no, the title is wrong. It's not what he thinks. But he feels so ashamed. He can't even look at the Melid the next day. He thinks the Melid is disappointed in him. The books the headmaster gave him, even though the names are giving romance, giving precocious romance, giving corny romance, they're not. They're actually the life story of the Grand Immortal. And the main character reads those stories while he's traveling. That's why when he awakens from the control of the system that was precocious towards the Melid, he tries getting the Melid to read the books, because it's not what it looks like. It is not that. Also, when the main character was reading the book, he's like, oh, the way this immortal writes is exactly how I would write my life. And I'm like, that's because you are the immortal. If the Melid is the reincarnation of the Demon Lord, you're probably the reincarnation of the Grand Immortal, the one who killed the Demon Lord. I think that. And then I'm very much kind of confirmed on that. When the main character arrived home, he wasn't the only person who arrived. The kiddo that travels with the Tempest Sword and the junior sack leader, he showed up, and then the guy who fought the main character in the third round, they showed up, and they're there to discuss what they're going to do about the demonic converters. They're also going to discuss what they're going to do about the Palace Master. She's a very powerful foe. The main character's martial sister had fought her against a war years prior. centuries prior. I'm not sure what the time period was, but she fought the woman prior. And so she's going to go and spy on her, or at least go talk to her, because she knows at this point she cannot fight this woman. Neither can the Melid's master, and neither can the main character's first martial brother. They can fight her, but they don't think they could actually win against her. But she's going to go spy, or at least try to talk to the woman. So either it was the kid who travels with the Tempest Sword, or the guy who fought the main character in the third round, which I found out that they're actually from the same sack, if I'm correct. But they basically informed the main character and Melid that their sack leader had gone to the sack that has issues and problems with the main character sack, because he was invited there to see something, but they're kind of concerned or worried, or at least they want them to go with their master, and so the main character and Melid agrees to go. While the kiddo who travels with the Tempest Sword and the guy who fought the main character in the third round was gone, and their sack leader was gone, another dude tried to basically take over. He tried basically doing the whole usurping thing, and the elders were siding with him. And the daughter of the sack leader, the girl who had the crush on the guy on the third round and on the main character, the one who confessed to him, she is like, no, don't listen to him, do not trust him. She's throwing accusations at him, but no one's listening to her because no one's siding with her. It's only when the dude from the third round, if I'm sure it's him, steps in and sides with her. I don't know where the Tempest Sword was. I do not know where the junior sack leader was, but they weren't stepping up, so they must have been somewhere else. But yes, it's only when he steps up with her and sides with her does this dude get thrown out. But basically, he takes people with him, and he takes funding with him. So yes, it doesn't look good. So the two sack leaders, they're fighting each other. And the sack leader of the sack that the kiddo comes from, he's on an unfair advantage because the other sack leader has a partner in crime. Like, they're literally slaughtering him. And this dude who's the partner of the sack that has issues with the main character sack, he's a demonic converter who was led to believe to be dead. And he's out for revenge. He's out to do what he wants to do. He wants power and stuff like that. And so they're basically attacking him because he's one of the second sages in the world. There's only like 6 of them, and he's one of them. So is the sack leader of the sack that doesn't get along with the main character's sack, but they're going after him because the other dude turned demonic converter. But yeah, they're slaughtering him, and they want to get rid of all of the second sages. The guy who was like the number 1 in their sack, the one of the 7 of this sack, he shows up to stop his sack leader from killing this other sack leader because it's not right, it's not just. The headmaster also steps in to help the fight, and the main character and Melid, they were heading this way. They showed up. The main character tells the Melid to continue on because the main character has to deal with the dude who attacked the main character when the main character was trying to jump to his next conversion and was only saved thanks to the city lord. The main character faces off with this dude, defeats the dude, and then rushes off to help the Melid against the sack leader who has issues with his sack and that demonic converter.